All right, thank you. Well, whether you're grocery shopping for your family, eating in a campus dining hall, or enjoying a meal at your favorite restaurant, you may have wondered, where does all that extra food go? Businesses across New England are coming together today to look at a new eco-friendly green way to properly dispose of food waste and some solutions to comply with the commercial food waste disposal ban that's going into effect here in Massachusetts in October. Joining me is Michael Bonanno, Director of Operations at BioHitech America. Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I have to say, I often wonder this. I walk into some of the places I mentioned, a restaurant and into a grocery store, and I think, what happens to all this food? And there's a really alarming statistic that despite people going hungry all over the world, a third of food is completely wasted.
That is 100% accurate. Right now, all the food waste, or about 98.4% of it, wind up in our landfills. As the landfill space becomes a premium, that's becoming a bigger and bigure problem. So we need alternate solutions to rid ourselves of all that waste.
Because we're running out of space,
Correct.
where to put it. I know the ban's going to go into effect here in Massachusetts. Commercial food producers need to figure, companies like restaurants and whatnot need to figure out what to do with their food. Your company has an idea of what to do with food waste. It's really interesting. Explain what you guys are doing.
Well, basically at BioHitech, we've created the EcoSafe digester. I mean, ultimately, we believe dealing with food waste at the point of origination, it makes most sense for our customers as well as the environment. So there's no more transporting of waste back and forth over many, many miles to landfills. We're ridding it on-site using aerobic digestion. We convert the food waste into gray water that's safely discharged into the sanitary sewer.
So there's something on site. Let's say you're a restaurant. On site, you put your food into this, what almost looks like a dumpster or something, and it converts it into that gray water, and then that's used in the sewer systems?
Correct.
And that's great. It's eco-friendly, it's green, it's
Absolutely.
a good thing?
The discharge from our machines is 100% safe to discharge into the sanitary sewer. We use aerobic digestion, which is a very efficient process to break down a wide spectrum of food items in a very rapid period of time. So, some of our customers have gotten rid of over 2,000 pounds a day of food waste safely in that safe manner.
And I think some people might be wondering at home, well, why not just donate the food? And I know there's a lot of laws where a restaurant or a grocery store is not allowed to just give food to a homeless shelter or donate food. There's a lot of regulations. So this is a better alternative than just tossing it in the landfill, something that businesses are probably going to be receptive to. Well,
originally, the technology was created mainly for a back-end solution. But the people at BioHitech certainly realized that this could be a very usable front-end tool. We're making our customers not only more environmentally friendly, but better business practices, because now they're keeping a close eye on what they're throwing out, and it's changing and then altering their culture and their buying practices on the front end. So not only will it help with the existing waste, but they might think, hey, we don't need to buy X amount of pounds of whatever for our restaurant because we're throwing this much away. And also the money-wise, $750 billion, I think you had said, worldwide. That's how much money it's costing us with all of this food that we're wasting? Correct. It's extremely expensive to deal with food waste, in the typical conventional ways we are now. So these alternate solutions are definitely going to become more and more in the forefront of everyone's responsibilities. I know that you're going to an event today. There's going to be a lot of vendors showcasing different ideas. Are they similar to yours in terms of the green, eco-friendly way to sort of solve these solutions? Or do you know of any other solutions going on right now? Because it depends, I guess, if you're what kind of business you have. If it's a restaurant versus a grocery store, which angle you're going to take. What's nice about our technology, it blends in and fits well with very multiple establishments, hospital systems, universities, businesses, supermarkets, hotels. Basically, all of them can use our technology effectively. Have you gotten good feedback from these types of places yet who are interested in using it? Because October 1st is coming fast, and they're going to have to figure out a place to dispose of all this food that's not the landfill. Yeah, our technology has definitely been received and receptive very well. It's all about changing a culture. Typically, when our technology is first instituted, you have people that have been doing their job for many, many years the same way. So there's a learning curve there. Mm-hmm. But quickly, once our technology is implemented and adopted, it becomes part of their workflow processes and, typically loved across the board. Resistant to change maybe at first, but as time goes on, they're going to realize this is an efficient, great way to do this. Yeah, it really essentially becomes like a glorified employee there, one they certainly learned that they can't live without. It's really fascinating. Individuals, I know you can't really put one of these things at your house, but what can we do on an individual level just to help with the food waste problem? True. On the consumer level or the residential level, it's probably going to be a seamless transition, but things that they'll be more aware of. They'll see when they go to their local establishments, they'll see different colored bins for food waste, so sorting will start to take place and become more and more prevalent. So things of that nature that they can do at home, sort their food waste, be more diligent, keeping inorganics out of the organic piles, would go a long way in helping the overall environment.
And if we don't do these things, if we don't put the digester into these establishments, if we don't do these things at home, what's ultimately going to happen in the future?
Well, you know, the environment can only take so much abuse. So, you know, whether it's the burden on the infrastructure, trucks, you know, traveling hundreds of miles to get to landfills, burning of fossil fuels, harmful emissions into the atmosphere. I mean, you name it, the list is quite long.
All right, well, Michael Bonanno, with BioHitech America, we appreciate it, and have fun at the vendor fair today. It'll be interesting to see what other ideas are out there.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
All right, let's send things over now to